do AI versus AI, ChatGPT versus Gemini versus Claude, and in this video we would be showcasing who can build the best Rocket League app. And honestly, I recorded this already with my original reaction, and halfway in I realized that the recorder stopped and I had to do this section again because it wasn't recorded, but this other section is. So just the first part for ChatGPT, which would be redone. Well, I didn't know this is how I started off. I just said I want to create a replica of the famous Rocket League game, and I want it to be really simple and enjoyable. And from that, I got this prompt in which I just copied and pasted into ChatGPT again. And ChatGPT was, I ain't gonna spoil it, but I'm just gonna tell you what happened, right? So I pasted it into ChatGPT. It took about 6 minutes to spit out the prompt, and then this. Let me show you. I can actually play it right now. Preview. Okay, previous version. Okay, this is the first version of that it gave. This is the first version. Pretty good. Pretty good. First version. Pretty good. I actually don't know why I scored myself, but don't know why I scored myself again, but alright. But this was the first version. It was pretty good. As you can see, controls work, colors are a little depressing, but it works. And I had to prompt it again to make it more interesting. And this is the latest version. It created another opponent, another AI opponent, which I found was really interesting. We created that along with, it says better controls, it says more replay after goal, neon effects, glow effects, stronger bunks. Hey yo, it says it has better, and I truly find it better. Let me see if I can play it. Yes, you see an AI opponent which plays for itself, which is already a big W, and that on all by itself it makes this much more interesting. I find this by itself to be a complete game, a 2D game. You could upload some Play Store as it is. I find this to be really good, and this is why I chose to rate ChatGPT high, because this by itself is already a good competitor, and I found this to be really enjoyable. And I just ended it, and with that, I rated this as a 8 out of 10. Alright, I rated this setup as an 8 out of 10 because the only thing this is lacking, I could go lower, and as I said in my other videos, I'm gonna be much harsher on my rating because AIs can't cook up amazing stuff. That's why I say I'm gonna have to be harsh on my ratings. Hey yo, 6, 7. But yeah, let's move on to Gemini, which in the next you would see where I continue from, but moving on to Gemini right now. Oh wow, this is okay. What? I didn't even I didn't even have to tell Gemini what's going on with the AI, but there's there seems to be some form of boost. What's that? There seems to be some form of boost, like the controlling is definitely hard. Controlling is definitely harder than it looks. Controlling is way harder than it looks. It's drifting, which is blue scores. And it's the it seems like how it functions is way similar to Rocket League, because after a goal the run resets itself. There is some boost, but I'm not sure how to activate it. But this is much this it's up there. Another thing is sound. Sound is, bro, I'm just missing the ball, bro. Sound is one thing. It seems like the AI detection of the ball isn't that strong, but this is a game, bro. This is a game that you can put ads on and make some money. But like, this is pretty good. I see myself playing this for a long time. This is pretty good, but it falls within the same category. It falls within the it falls within the same group where everything is good, everything is on point, which is pretty crazy. Everything is no, I must say this is a half a point above ChatGPT because it follows Rocket League standard. Rocket League's it it's more Rocket League cup. It's a better Rocket League copy, if I'm to say correctly. If I am if I have to grade it, I'd have to give it a point over ChatGPT because it's a better Rocket League copy. Everything is just more better. The feel looks good. How it plays look good. The animations, everything just looks way better. I didn't expect this. I'm gonna have to give it a point over ChatGPT, which is crazy. I didn't even know what to tell it to improve on. I had to tell ChatGPT to improve it, and Gemini cooked straight away. And it wasn't even thinking. It wasn't even thinking. This is crazy. W Glaze and Claude. This is Claude. This is Claude Opus 4.5. The one who I expect to win this. The one who has my money. This is Claude Opus 4.5. Let's see what this bad boy has to offer. Right now, Gemini is in the lead. And if I am to consider, if I am to consider, wow, this is, I honestly wasn't expecting those results. This is pretty crazy. This is pretty crazy. I really like what's going, I really like the results I'm getting. Claude, remember Claude, ChatGPT delivered, Claude over delivered. What's Opus gonna do? This is pretty crazy. So let's recap on what went on. We got ChatGPT who I had to prompt twice, which took about 6, 7 minutes. 6, 7, right? Which took about 6, 7 minutes. I had to double prompt. We had Gemini, which took about 4 minutes. 4 minutes and delivered something insanely good. And we had we had Gemini that delivered everything ChatGPT delivered and more, which is pretty crazy considering we had to double prompt Claude. So if my judgment moving forward, I have to be more harsh on my judgment, considering that if this is the quality that's being produced, this is pretty crazy. So moving forward, we definitely gonna have to improve our harshness on rating. So I don't want Claude to take forever, 30 minutes. I have to leave work just now. I don't want Claude to take 30 minutes prompting this and I have to pause and then start recording when I'm on there. No, 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 no. So, Claude racing against time right now. Alright, so that was pretty crazy. I'm proud. Alright, alright, alright. Alright. And um um how to open it? How to open it? Press space to start. Jesus Christ. What is this turning, bro? What is this turn? Okay, one thing it's not AI. Wow. So it's two player, which is I'm controlling both right now, and it's two player. It's two player, which is if you got a friend, it's more friend oriented, which I wasn't specific about. Okay, China is pretty crazy, but I don't know. Opus, God, Opus 4.5. It it definitely. I'm speechless right now. I really am somewhat disappointed. I'm not gonna dub, and the goal isn't even working. The goal scoring isn't even. The turning is funny. How it turns. Oh, that's my goal. So the red is what? Okay. There's no collision. The map, the controls is kind of. The controls is kind of crazy. Um, guys, this is really shocking, concerning, depressing. This is a bunch of at all at once. I'm, I'm like, I'm even questioning myself. I'm even questioning myself. This is really concerning, I'm not gonna lie. Let me see if I can score with the WSD key. Bro, come on, bro. What's this? Like, everything is just so sensitive. Like, bro, let's stop. Let's. I was gonna double prompt this, but considering the basis which Opus give considering how the overall quality is, I'm had to give Opus a 4. A 4, wow. 4 for Opus, wow. It was just shocking. And this is just a kind of rush episode for me, but I would definitely take the time to make it longer and to become and come more prepared. But we're gonna have to give Opus a 4, Claude a 8, and Gemini a 9. Gemini won this one by a mile. Gemini was more fun, Gemini was more copy, Gemini was just overall greater. So, this is how it went, guys. ChatGPT a 8, Gemini a 9, Claude a 4. Wow, never thought I kind of disappointed. Opus. I expect also Opus to hand us the Holy Grail. But those are the results, guys. More of it coming, more of it coming every 3 days, every week. More uploads coming, showcasing AI against AI.